Let's get one thing straight. Not everyone's your friend. And if you don't learn how to see right through people's bullshit, you're gonna waste years trusting the wrong people. You will be drained and you'll keep doubting yourself. Hi guys, today I'm here to give you a no bullshit guide on how to identify and see right through people and how to build a circle that actually uplifts you and supports you. Let's talk about why you need to master this skill. You cannot build a powerful life if you don't know who is for you and who's just near you. Some people just clap because they're polite and not because they're genuinely happy for you. Some people only check in because they want gossip, not because they care. You cannot hand over VIP access to people who just treat you like general admission. You deserve to be surrounded by people that uplift you, that fuel you, and not make you feel drained. Because honestly, that's the worst feeling ever. Let's talk about red flags that scream fake friend. Let's talk about the signs that you see when people are not being themselves with you and are just putting up a facade. These people show up in your life only when they need something from you. These people disappear when you're going through a hard time, when you're low. But suddenly, they love bomb you when they require something from you. Like, excuse me. Here's a tip. Watch the patterns. If you hear from them only during their hard times, their hardships, and then they disappear when you require them and you need them, that is not a friend. The second thing is that they will majorly downplay your success and undermine your abilities. A fake friend will not clap when you win. They'll find some way to make it about themselves. They'll say things like, oh wow, must be nice, or you just got lucky, or you changed, as if they're gaslighting you into believing that growth is bad. Real friends celebrate your success with you. Fake ones resent it. The third thing is secret animosity. What I mean by this is that these people subtly try to compete with you, as if everything's a competition. They will copy you but never credit you. They try to one-up your stories or achievements, and you'll start to feel like every conversation is a competition and not a connection. The fourth thing is that please stay away from people who constantly gossip. If they can talk shit about their best friend to you, what makes you think you're safe? What makes you think that they're not saying the same exact things about you to other people? Gossip is a window to other people's integrity. What people say about others when they're not in the room says a lot about themselves. I used to be this person who used to gossip, but it said a lot about my insecurities and my judgments rather than the person. So this is something that I have completely eradicated. These people will make you feel guilty for having boundaries. When you say no, they get offended. When you ask for space, they somehow make it about themselves. When you express your discomfort, they gaslight you. When you try to tell them how they have hurt you, they become defensive. They cannot take criticism. That is manipulation. That's not love. And the last thing is that you feel extremely drained after speaking to these people or hanging out with these people. When you're around anyone, you are basically exchanging energy. When a person is not genuine to you and when a person is not true to you, they usually have a very draining energy. Your body knows before your brain does. You walk away from conversations feeling smaller or anxious, exhausted, and you don't even know why. Pay attention to your energy because energy never lies. Now here's the part where I'm gonna get into how to see right through people's bullshit, which is effective. Watch how they act when you're not useful. Take a step back. Stop initiating. Do not share updates. See how long it takes them to check in or ask how you're doing. Real ones notice. Fake ones notice only when you're missing from their agenda. Do not ignore inconsistency. One day they're warm, the next day they're cold. They hype you up in private, but in public they never show you support. Inconsistency is emotional unavailability. Just say no and see what happens. Set one clear boundary. Say no to one small request. If their attitude changes, if they become distant, cold, annoyed, irritated, you were never liked, you were just convenient. Be inconvenient. It's a test that you put people through just to see how much they respect your boundaries. A friend always said this to me: take space, put yourself out there, express your concerns, say no. The next thing is notice how they handle your wins. A fake friend will be extremely uncomfortable, quietly but uncomfortable when you succeed. Their support will feel forced, it will not feel genuine, and you'll sense it. Now, when you have this feeling, this intuition, this gut feeling, listen to it. And do not gaslight yourself into believing that they're just busy or they're just going through something, because that's not it. They're bothered by your success. And the last one, this point I believe with all my heart, privacy is power. Do not overshare. What people don't know, they cannot ruin. You're getting a new job, shut up. You're getting a new house, shut up. You are in a happy relationship, shut up. You have a good friend circle, shut up. You're traveling, zip it. You do not need to trauma dump, or you do not need to overshare everything, every single detail of your life in order to feel connected. Connection is not forced. It's something that builds over time with trust, with a lot of mutual interests, and you cannot force a connection. You do not need to be the one that overshares their traumas, overshares their life happenings, everything good in their lives, just in order to have a connection with the other person. Give people time to earn your vulnerability. Hold your power, because people will reveal themselves eventually. Trust me when I say this. You just need to be quiet enough to observe that. Let's talk about how you can attract real people into your life, because once you start cutting off people that are not meant to be with your higher self, you make space for the ones that are. And here's how you attract people that match your energy. Be yourself unapologetically. Stop trying to dim your light just so that you don't offend other people. Stop trying to dilute yourself to fit into lukewarm friendships. Real recognizes real. The more you embrace your truth, the faster you repel people that are wrong for you. After you are unapologetically yourself, you need to unapologetically set high standards. Do not let loneliness lower your bar. Know your non-negotiables. If you've set standards, you cannot settle for something that is less than those standards. And quite frankly, honesty, loyalty, reciprocity, they're not a standard, they're bare minimum. So please, do not lower your standards for no one. Let time and consistency do filtering. What I mean by this is that you cannot build a connection over time. Trust takes time. Watch who sticks around when you're not performing or pleasing. You can just feel it in your gut. The right ones will show you, and actions will matter more than words. And before you attract people that are good for you, make sure you're a good person and a good friend as well. Show up with honesty. Show up with presence. Show up with loyalty. Show the other person that you are a good friend and you have their back, and you genuinely have good interests for them in your mind. Check on people. Celebrate them. Hold them accountable with love, because you attract what you embody. The truth that stings is that you might have to walk alone for some time. Loneliness is extremely common in the journey of finding your real friends. You might outgrow your current circle. You might feel like you don't fit in any place or in any group. And you might realize that the people that you call your friends and your family were just familiar and not real. But do not shrink back to fake comfort. The second that you chose to be real, the universe in some mysterious ways moves people out of your way to bring in the ones that were meant to walk this path with you. If you're losing friendships, if you're losing people in your life, if you're cutting out those people in your life, it's a sign from the universe that they are not meant for you. God has heard some conversations that you did not. So never question that decision. Keep your standards high, keep your circle small, and never ever apologize for protecting your peace. Thank you so much for listening to this. If you learned something, please share this with someone who needs to hear it, and let them know that it's better to be surrounded by absolutely no one than have fake friends all around you. Let them go, because your people are coming. Thank you so much once again, and I'll see you in the next video.